So I'm outside of a gun store and shooting range, not to go shooting, not to go to the gun store, but to show you that in a lot of the northeastern United States, it's fairly easy to find places to shoot without spending a lot of money. I park in the town of Waterbury, Vermont. Population 5,000. 40 minutes from Burlington, the largest city, and 20 minutes from Montpelier, the capital. The place has easy access. There's a bus route that's relatively cheap, and a lot of these towns offer free parking. In fact, most of them do. Parking on a street in town means that nobody knows really where I am or what I'm doing. I'm just another car on the road. My suggestion when looking for a town for this purpose is look for a former mill town. They usually have a river, which is a good geographic barrier between you and the rest of the town. Usually the population cuts off right at that river. There's not much on the other side. That's what you want. You don't want to annoy the neighbors, and you don't want your place closed to target shooting. So behind me is town. It's not very far away. The neighborhood is behind me. And in front of me lies the hills. In this case, it's state forest. You'll have to look up your own regulations. In the state of Vermont, for example, where this is being filmed, a WMA, a wilderness management area, is regulated on target shooting. You can't do it unless it's inside of an established range. However, state parks, state forests, and other forms of municipal land, they might be open to target shooting if they're not posted against it. Depending on your town ordinances and things like that. I'm crossing the river that separates town from the hills. And right now I'm looking and I'm seeing houses on the other side. But I know from looking at maps that it doesn't go very far in. The houses are only up to that road. And there aren't many roads that go into the woods. Which means that once I get past here, I'm free to go. I'm free to shoot. In Maine and New Hampshire, you have to be over 100 yards. In Vermont, it's 500 feet from the closest house. And if you look on a map, that's really not that far. So there's town. I'm just on this road that goes into the state forest. So that was a short road walk. And I can see down there's a driveway, but I don't see any postings here. This is not trespassing in Vermont because it's not posted. So I can just go up this cliff into the state land, which is not far past this guy's property, and then I can do my thing. All I need to do is follow my state and local laws for distances for target shooting, and I need to not be on posted private land. Oh, how did I not see that? I didn't see that. Well, alright, so here's a gate, and you can see postings on the chain link itself, but I don't see any in the woods. So I'm gonna assume it's okay to be here. I also don't see any cameras, but that doesn't mean there aren't any. Probably am on camera. So I'm gonna try to get up into these bushes. Try to push, say, 500 feet past this road. Out of a common courtesy, I don't have to be. I just have to be 500 feet from the closest house. Then we'll start shooting. Just a couple dozen yards into the woods, and it's already a whole different, very beautiful world here. It's so wet. You can breathe in the humidity, and it's warm. These trees trap in a surprising amount of heat for the winter. I brought more than I need. I brought redundancy, and even then, for shooting a .22, a little backpack like this is all you need. Hell, you can make do with cargo pockets if you have some way to have small targets. For this time, I'm using the Glock 44 .22 caliber pistol. It's lightweight, it's low noise, but in the future, I can do center fires if you guys have a town in mind. I don't mind finding a place for you guys and filming it because I think it's funny. All the pearl clutching. So, leave a suggestion in the comments and I'll try to find a way to shoot there, and if not, then I just won't make the video. Alright, Northern New England guys, let me know. In addition to the 10 essentials that you should always bring with you when out in an isolated area, I also have this target shooting supplies. You know, like, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. I've got these sticker dots, got paper plates, bag of 22, steel plate, one of these little hooks from Walmart or Home Depot, and staple gun, and Ear Pro. That is all I need. That's really all I need. Gaiters, snowshoes, anything like that. You might also need gloves, warm clothing. I also brought water, but that's all I needed. A lot of you guys know how I put up my steel plates, but for those of you that don't, this is a dead tree. Break off some of these twigs. I'm gonna screw this in. Oh wait, it's actually kind of hard. So, gonna rack it. Just carrying without a holster, so obviously I didn't have anything in the chamber. Closed my eyes and pulled the trigger. That drilled a pretty good hole. Also muffles a shot. Pretty good. Alright. Now this log's way more rotted than I thought it was, but for a 22 this is probably gonna hold. So we're just gonna go with it. You can see me really slapping the trigger there because this is the first time in a while since I've shot it. I have a 22 with a much better trigger. Video coming soon. So I'm trying to get used to it. Again. Now I really am just past the legal limit for shooting in the state. 500 feet. Which is not very far when you take into consideration how far these sounds travel. But for the 22, they hear the gunshots, even if they call the cops, and even if the cops show up, I'm within my legal right to do this here in this state. The other thing is, if someone's looking for someone target shooting, they're going to be looking for a truck parked on the side of the road. And I parked in town, so they're just probably not going to find me. They're going to drive right by. So all those paper plates survived being shot at, but they take very little to take back down. Cleanup's done. Well, I hope you guys learned something. And I'll see you next time. Just to show you the distances involved, the white silos that you can see right in front of the screen, a couple hundred yards to the left of that is the gun shop I showed you at the start of this video. I didn't need it. I didn't need to spend the range fee. I just didn't need to. So there's no excuse. Go out and shoot.